Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Nothing breaks up the nice black accents like splashes of yellow on the corners. I just hate amber side marker lights. So I'm going to darken them up with some tint so that it matches the surrounding grill better. I'm not going to get into the legality surrounding this, just know that they won't be completely blacked out and will look almost the same when lit up at night, as I'll show you at the end of this video. I think I mentioned this in the fog light tinting video I did, but I already had some rolls of vinyl tint. This vinyl is listed as a smoke color. If after seeing this you want to try it, I'll provide a link to the kind of vinyl I'm using here. I started by just hacking off some pieces bigger than the side markers. Before applying anything, I went over the lenses with some isopropyl alcohol to make sure they were really clean. I then just slapped it on. The vinyl has an air release backing which makes bubbles pretty much non-existent. I did give it some passes with the little felt covered squeegee that came with the vinyl. I hit the vinyl with some heat to soften it up so I could start to work it into the recesses around the light. And I used an X-Acto knife to trim some excess vinyl from around the edge. I continue to heat and squeegee the vinyl, trying to work it down around the edges. I'm definitely no expert at this stuff. In fact, I kind of suck at it actually. I had a really hard time getting the vinyl to conform to the curved edges. This is not the way I would normally do this. Typically, I'd try to remove the light so I could get it wrapped as far around as possible. At some point, I expect to be removing the bumper and grille, so when that happens, anything that's been tinted will be redone when I can get access to the parts. It came out okay. Not perfect, but okay. I noticed that after a few days, the vinyl was really lifting around the corners. You couldn't see it from a distance, but I just couldn't stand it, so off they came. This time, I would go the easier route and just tint the top flat surface and not worry about wrapping around the edges. I covered the side marker with some masking tape and then marked the outline. I then stuck this work of art to a piece of paper and scanned it into a graphics program. After a little cleanup of the outline, printing and cutting some tests, and fitting it to the side marker lights, I got a reasonably good shape to work with. Hey, I'm also making this file available to anyone that wants it. See the description below for a link to that PDF file. I didn't show it, but after printing the template out, I taped it to the back of the vinyl tint and then just cut the shape out. Indeed, it's not rocket science. After peeling the backing off, I only handled it by the 2 tabs I added to the shape. I put it on dry, but if you were having trouble lining it up, you could apply a little soapy water to let you slide it into place. But this was pretty easy. I just squeegeed it down with my finger, easy peasy. I might have been able to just tuck the tabs in, but I cut them off. I didn't do the best job doing that either, but it was passable. This method was a lot easier once the template was created. The edges that don't have the tint are really not that noticeable. This is what they look like before and after. When I asked my wife what she thought, she didn't really remember what they looked like before. So I guess her verdict is... For the record, even though I'd like to get those side markers off to do a better tint job, I still think they look 100 times better.